Do is September is Childhood Obesity Awareness Month. I'm on a tear. All of my social media this month, all of my blogs, every podcast I do is about childhood obesity. It's a subject that's very near and dear to my heart, and quite frankly, it friggin' pisses me off. And I don't say that in fun because it's the truth. On Monday, Tuesday of this week, I mailed out. I try to do something like this every year. I mailed out a couple of dozen letters to pediatricians in the local area who don't know me. And I want to just begin by reading the letter that I actually sent, and then I'll just end with some remarks. So this is what it said verbatim, okay? Dear, Dr. So-and-so, the season is about to change. The leaves are about to change colors of red, orange, and yellow. The sunrise and sunset times are about to change. The temperatures are about to change. The lazy days of summer will change to the hustle and bustle of the holiday season. Amidst all these wonderful changes, however, is the one thing that will not change. Last year's overfat kids will be this school year's even more overfat kids. According to the CDC, 1 in 3 American kids are overweight. 1 in 6 are obese. In New Jersey, however, according to the Data Resource Center for Child and Adolescent Health, in the most recent, we're talking 30 days, 1 in 4 school-age kids between ages of 6 and 19 are overweight or obese. 1 in 4 in the state of New Jersey. September is not only the start of the school season, it's also Childhood Obesity Awareness Month. So let me take a minute to address the issue of childhood obesity. I write and podcast about this often, talk about it till I'm blue in the face with my adult clients who are parents of school-age kids. I'm a mom, so I come at this subject from 2 perspectives, as a parent and as a weight loss professional. The issue is a passion of mine, and I speak with hands-on and visual knowledge. My daughter, now a 19-year-old college junior, attended the Ranney School in Tinton Falls for 15 years. Nancy her daughter as well, graduating high school in 2015 at the age of 17. Not only was she a lifer at that school, but by association, so were my husband and I on and about that campus for 15 years. Starting at the age of 2.5, I watched as my daughter traveled from one grade to the next with many of the same kids. I saw firsthand the metamorphosis of so many overweight, lower school boys and girls turn into more overweight and obese middle school kids, and finally, for many of them, even more overfat high schoolers. And as for the obese high school seniors, well, the college freshman 15 that we hear so much about mostly applies to kids of a healthy weight who, away from home for the first time, put on 10 to 15 pounds. But for overweight and obese college freshmen, no way. It's more like a freshman 25, 30 or more, and I have the clients to prove it. Then many of these freshmen continue to gain weight over the summer break, and they go back to college as juniors, 60 pounds overweight more. I have the clients to prove it. The heavier a kid is when they go off to college, the more weight they gain faster. Every September, as I would return to school with Sabrina, I'd see these ever-expanding kids, and I think to myself, what the hell is wrong with these parents? Don't they give a damn? They're not mentally impaired. They see it, surely. Instead, they choose to normalize it because it's easier to do. After all their friends are fat, so no big deal, right? Instead, they choose to accept it because almost always they themselves are fat. So no big deal, right? Childhood obesity is a result of adult behavior, and the adults most responsible are parents and pediatricians. Parents who do nothing, and that includes doing nothing about their own obesity, so as to instill good habits into their households. Pediatricians who, based on my experiences, A, wait too long to have the conversation with parents, and then B, do nothing more than tell a parent that their fat kid should eat less and move more. In order to best help your obese patients as well as to prevent it in other patients, please consider the following. 1, confront the parent as soon as you see a child's weight exceeding their height on the percentile charts. It doesn't matter if the kid is just a little overweight. Fat is fat. Number 2, I often hear from parents, the pediatrician said he'd be happy if my son lost 20 pounds. And my reaction is, of course he would, because 20 pounds less is better than where he is now. But your son needs to lose 50 pounds. Be 100% totally candid as to the ideal healthy weight that a child should be. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't give parents a false sense of just how overweight or obese their kid is. Number 3, you can't monitor what you can't measure. Therefore, document every weight-related conversation you have with a parent, what the child's weight height was on that day, what the parent's reaction was. If there's an improvement in the child's weight at their next visit, you'll have been the catalyst. If your patient shows weight gain at every yearly physical, you'll be able to show the parent the number of times you've spoken to them on the issue and for how long they've completely disregarded your advisement about their child's weight and health. Number 4, when it comes to obese kids, especially those with obese parents who are approaching puberty or just after, speak with them privately, please. Does their weight bother them? Do they have any questions about it? Does anyone at school bother them? Are they getting asked to the junior prom? If not, how do they feel about it? These are the things that they too often do not bring to the attention of their obese parents because they do not feel that they will get the guidance or support they need to make changes. I hear this all the time directly from these kids in private. Number 5, it's a fact that overweight and obese doctors of all disciplines are more reluctant to have a conversation with an overweight or obese patient. It's also a fact that overweight parents are often defensive and combative about their child's weight, which is a reflection of their behavior. So while it's never easy to bring up the sensitive issue, it's even more so when a pediatrician expects a parent to take seriously any guidance about weight or health that he or she doesn't follow themselves. If you're overweight or obese, lose weight. You'll be better able to meet the potential challenge of a parent conversation head-on with the advantage of personal experience, and you'll be more inclined to initiate these conversations earlier on. As parents, we are blessed with the enormous gift of responsibility, the environment in which we raise our kids emotionally, physically, psychologically, spiritually, socially. Nothing is as important as for a child's emotional and physical well-being as is good health and the exercise and eating habits that contribute to it. Pediatricians have the responsibility to uphold the Hippocratic Oath, quote, I will prevent disease whenever I can, for prevention is preferable to cure. You are gifted with the opportunity to have a profound and positive effect on a person's life as you guide them from infancy through adolescence and teens to become healthy and happy young adults. You have the responsibility to do all you can to prevent them from becoming obese, to prevent the long list of medical conditions, emotional scars, and socialization issues that are in their future, otherwise guaranteed. Parents need to stop being ignorant, arrogant, and complicit about their child's weight. If they don't, they need to at least start acknowledging what they are doing, killing their kids slowly. And pediatricians need to start being more forthright earlier with candor and honesty and with less regard for a parent's feelings and how they may react, and only with regard to the health and wellness of their parents. And then I go along just to tell them a little bit about what we do, and I just ended saying that no one is better equipped to work with overweight and obese kids or to deal with and assist their parents in this regard than we are. I invite them to look at my website and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's something that obviously I feel very, very passionate about. My heart breaks sometimes. I'm a tough friggin' broad. But sometimes when these kids leave my office afterwards, I got to chill for a minute. I just want to say one thing. Remember one thing. Adults choose to be fat. Kids do not. Their parents give that to them. Is anybody in your family, in your circle of friends, if you love them, open up to them. I don't care if you're your best friend. If you see a best friend that's got a teenage boy with breasts that are bigger than yours, it's a problem. Don't run from it. And that's my speech for today. Anybody have any questions?
Wow.